Yo, what up, team? Happy Sunday. I hope that you guys are having a sensational start to your day so far. Before we dive into today's workout, we're going to have a talk about our question of the day. So, our question of the day that I have for you today is, what is your favorite poem? Okay, I know some of you guys, you might not be expecting this question, but I want to know what your favorite poem is. For bonus points today, though, not only do I want to know what your favorite poem is, but I would love to see a video of you reciting your favorite poem posted up in the tribe. So that's what I'd really, really like to see with this today. All right, team. So my favorite poem is Invictus. I forget who the author of it is, but I would definitely be getting a video of myself reciting it and posting it up in the tribe for your pleasure today. Cool. All right. So now we're going to have a talk about what we have going on for our workout today, guys. So we have a 3-piece workout today, a gymnastics piece, our AMRAP, and then a finisher. So we're going to talk about our gymnastics piece first today. With this today, guys, we're kicking things off with something that I like to call handstand therapy. So it's much like our squat therapy, but with this, we're going to accumulate 5 minutes of a wall facing handstand support hold today. The reason why we're doing this, guys, is because it helps to really build a lot of strength in that end range of motion in that handstand position. Now, another reason why we're doing this today is because anytime that we kick up and do a wall facing handstand support, it gives us a lot of feedback about the position that we are holding whenever we are inverted, right? So this is going to be a really, really good position to teach us about creating tension in the correct area. So whether that be in our tummy, whether that be learning to squeeze our glutes a little bit harder or to squeeze our quads a little bit harder while we're inverted, this is a really, really good tool for that, okay? So once we've accumulated those 5 minutes of our wall facing handstand support hold, and then we are going to have an AMRAP. So this AMRAP that we have today, guys, is coming at us in the form of a 15-minute AMRAP of 50 double unders, 35 backpack Russian swings, and 20 backpack lunges. Now, with this piece today, there's a couple of things to know. With those 50 double unders, if we don't quite have double unders in our wheelhouse today, there is the option to work at our progression. So if that's something like a single double or a single double single, working that progression in, that's a perfectly okay option today. We also have the option of doubling our numbers today and doing 100 single unders. Now, if we don't have a skipping rope at home, that's all good. We still got you guys. You guys can do lateral hops over an object. So whether that's a book, a shoe, a backpack, who knows what, even a water bottle, that's totally fine by me. But we're going to look at doing 50 reps of those lateral hops today. Now, after we've done those double unders or whatever variation we're working with, we are going to do our 35 backpack Russian swings. Now, with this today, guys, the load that we have in that backpack should be something that allows us to get through these rep range or through this rep range in 2 to 3 sets. That's what we're looking for. So we don't want to be breaking it up heaps, but at the same time today, we are going to be looking at going a little bit heavier. That's all good. So we're going to have those 35 reps of our backpack Russian swings. After we're done those Russian swings, we're going to go through 20 backpack lunges. So we'll just take that backpack, either throw it into the front rack, either put it in a bear hug, either put it on our back, and we're going to go through our 20 lunges with that today, right? So this piece, especially being the triplet that it is, it does have some tendency to get a little bit spicy, especially through those forearms and potentially even into the shoulders, especially if you guys did Murph yesterday. You might be feeling it a little bit there. So yeah, this one's going to get a little bit spicy, but it's a really good piece just to move through and move for quality today. So really, really look at holding and sustaining really good quality throughout your double unders, throughout those Russian swings, and throughout those lunges as well too today. All right, team? So after we're done that, guys, we're going to have a little bit of a finisher. Our finisher that we have on board today is a 5-minute plank, or accumulating 5 minutes worth of a plank, okay? So this, again, is just working that isometric strength. With the plank today, we'll be going through from our elbows, which you'll see in the demonstration video. With this today, though, guys, sometimes we have a tendency to pop up into a plank and just kind of hang out while we're in that position. I want you guys to think about creating as much tension as you possibly can. So squeeze every single muscle in your body as hard as you possibly can today while you are in this plank. You're going to get that much more of a benefit out of it if you do it that way rather than just hanging out there nonchalantly. All right, so I hope that you guys have awesome time with this workout. Let us know how you guys go. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, team. We'll get back at it tomorrow. Have a sensational rest of your day. Peace. Yo, what up, team? One thing that I did forget to mention in that brief was for the wall-facing handstand support hold today, if we do not have a wall, we can do this from a pike position. So whether that pike be on a chair, on the couch, on a bed, or whether that be from the pike position on the floor, we can do our wall-facing handstand support hold that way, and that's still going to build that strength throughout that position as well too. All right, guys, so today we're introducing our handstand therapy. So with this, we're doing a wall-facing handstand support. We're starting off at the bottom, going into the press up like Danny did there. Then we are trying to walk those hands as close to that wall as possible. Now, as we're against the wall today, guys, I don't want to see any sagging of the back towards the wall, so work that position that you guys can get comfortable in. And then from here, we're driving that floor away, we're pulling that rib cage to that pelvis or towards the ceiling. We're squeezing those quads on, squeezing those legs together, actively driving that floor away as hard as possible and hanging out here and accumulating 10 minutes in this position. And then when we're done, we're gonna walk slowly down that wall, create that, or sustain that tension and lower down to the bottom of the press up position.
10 minutes, fuck.
I know. I'm probably gonna make it 5 minutes.
Yeah, you can throw in RX plus 10 minutes.
All right, guys, so for our double unders today, we all kind of know what these are, but I'm going to give you guys 2 points of performance that I want you to focus on. The first point of performance, I want you guys keeping those legs nice and glued together today, team. I want you to think about staying nice and tall as you are doing this movement. My last point for you is I want you guys to pull those elbows back today. You should be able to see those hands in your peripheral vision, but that whole time, I want those elbows pulled back and close to the body. Danny's going to show us a few reps of her doubles here. That's our double unders for today, team. Now, if we don't have our double unders, guys, remember, if we do have a skipping rope, we can do our single unders. We're going to keep the reps consistent across for this. If you want to treat this as a piece that you work on some progressions, maybe that's a single, double, single, you guys can do that as well today too. There is that option to play with that. If we don't have a skipping rope at all today, guys, we're going to do lateral hops over an object. So whether that's a shoe, a book, well, I'm just trying to think of a whole bunch of random things here while Danny grabs something. So whether that's that shoe, that book, we're doing those lateral hops. Now with this today, guys, I still want you to focus on staying nice and tall throughout. If you guys really want to throw a little bit of a mix in there as well too, you guys can even practice those penguin taps while you're in there working on it. Might seem a little bit goofy, but it's just allowing you guys to work some of that timing. Have fun with this. We'll catch you on the flip side. Today, with our Russian swings, what we are looking at doing is I want you guys to set up a slightly wider than shoulder width stance with your feet. From here, guys, we are going to hinge forward and pick that object up off the ground. Now, as we're hinging forward, I still want you guys to try and think about when you set up, having that object in between your toes, so that then you can still have that big, proud gorilla chest like you would in a deadlift. From here, we're going to stand up to full extension with that object. From here, then we are going to initiate that movement by sending those hips back, so hinging forward, and then driving those hips through, snapping those knees back, and bringing that object up to our eye level. So if that's a backpack or a kettlebell or a dumbbell, this is what that movement's looking like the whole time today, guys. My 2 points of performance for you are drive the hips through and drive those heels through the floor. That's my 2 points of performance for you guys to focus on today too. All right, guys, so our next movement that we have today is our backpack lunges. Remember, with this backpack lunge, we can hold in that bear hug position, we can hold in the front rack, or we can strap that backpack up on our back if we really feel like. Every single point of performance still applies here. So with this today, guys, we want to focus on keeping that nice upright torso. From here, whether we're stepping forwards or backwards, we want to make sure that we're creating 90-degree angles with those legs and that we're softly kissing that back knee to the ground and then driving up hard through the heel of that front foot as we are doing these reps. So Danny's going to show us a couple of our forward and backwards lunges, and she'll show us a couple in that front rack position as well too, just so you guys can see. Remember, if you're doing that front rack position, guys, try and point those elbows towards the front of the room and maintain that position the entire time. Have fun with this piece, guys. Catch you on the flip side. All right, team. So today, with a little bit of our challenge, we're accumulating all this time in the plank hold. So what we want is a proper plank today. Our elbows are going to be stacked directly underneath our shoulders. From here, we're keeping that back nice and flat. So if we need to, like Danny does here, she's going to pull those hips up a little bit higher, pull that rib cage to that pelvis. From here, we're squeezing those glutes, we're driving those toes through the floor. She's driving her elbows through the floor as hard as possible. With this plank today, guys, my biggest thing for you, that is, I want you to focus on creating as much tension as you possibly can. So don't relax in this position. Create as much tension as possible and hold on to it. If that means you need to break it up more, that's totally okay with me, but I want you guys to think about creating as much tension as possible and squeezing everything as hard as you possibly can during this plank. That's our plank for today. That's the end result. Have fun with it. I'll see you on the flip side.